Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Victoria 3 Japan once more. And yeah, well, we are in the middle of a brewing revolution. How good of you to join, welcome back. And we continue right away with the event that we have here. When you have a hammer, and General Enomoto, noting a severe unrest in Hokkaido, has proposed using the army to suppress agitation in the area, while his political allies support him. There is a heavy risk of following his plan. And with this one, we can actually reduce the group approval of the Haimin, which is not good. Enomoto is demoted, or we must use the tools we have to solve the problems we have. There is a 66% chance of a progress of civil war by 5%. So let's reprimand the general and reject the plan. The Haimin lose that. This is problematic because, if I have a look at that, the Haimin, there he is, yep. We don't have any other general except Shogunate, and I don't want that. So unfortunately... Oh, he's only demoted though. Yeah, let's go ahead with this. He's only demoted, right? So not thrown out or anything like that. This would have been very problematic then for us. Alright, revolution is at 11% progress right now per checkpoint. So this is still taking quite some time here. And we're building up our army in the meantime as well, right? So barracks in Kansai are still being finished. And then we have our military here, so our army situation on the line infantry side. And what could we do here? Because I definitely do want to do something here. So there are line infantry, we've already upgraded them, that's good stuff. And we got already some 3 of them here stationed. Let's have a quick look inside. We don't have weapons at the moment, the small arms. We need them though. And oh, we also don't have any organization, what I can see. So general training is something we can do. This is increasing the training rate by 450, and it also increases the officers' total employment rate. So let's go ahead with this method there for the moment. However, it doesn't change a thing if we don't have more weapons. So what I need to start is an arms industry. We're doing this in Kyoto right away because we have the resources there. It's also in the middle, so transportation of iron and wood is fast. And there it is, arms industry. We don't have that yet, and this is producing then small arms at the cost of some iron and hardwood. It also increases, once again, the employment rate of laborers, shopkeepers, and machinists. So everything that we really need. Let's go ahead and do this, and let's actually also stop with the barracks for the moment, because honestly, we don't need that. Not anymore. We have a huge capacity now with already a level 27 barrack, right? So that's too much anyway. Now we need to provide weapons. Oh, very nice. The law is now in adoption phase already, so there was no more setback. And the servicemen of the Kansai barracks have begun organizing into council in order to advocate for higher wages and better treatment. What? I've just recruited you! The samurai views this as an active threat to their legitimacy. What is this? They're new. We just recruited them. They can't already go for higher wages. There's a chance of civil war progression by 5%, or the samurai gets tolerated. No, our servicemen should be able to stand for their own interest, discipline them all, and bring in replacements. There is a 5% chance of servicemen pops in Kansai become more radical, or 5% of them, and barracks get the soldier council replaced. That's, oh, buildings throughput, a 25% reduction for 5 years. But the chance of the progress of civil war is reduced by 5. I'm going with that. Even if it means a bit less efficiency for building up an army. Alright, the arms industry is now being built. That still takes some time. Now it continues with the movement, the procession of provocation. And dissidents in Hokkaido have announced plans for a major march around government offices in the near future. While they profess peaceful intentions and claim everyone will be unarmed, the march itself will obviously serve as a rallying point for those unhappy with the government. Stop the march or let the procession go ahead. 5% of the lower strata in Hokkaido become more radical. 50% chance the progress of the civil war is halted. And with this one here, we get quite a lot of options. I think stop that march. No, let the procession go ahead. Yeah, it actually reduced the revolution chance. Hokkaido, you know, Hokkaido is up here. What is going on? I mean, Hokkaido is only 73,000 people. I don't know what it's got anything to do with. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, the radicalization. The poor laws actually affect almost the whole country. Not the central part, but the outer parts here. And Hokkaido is one of that. Alright. But at least it was reduced by 20%. I still need time, right? So the longer this takes, the better for us, because the better our military is then again. Also, when I look at my construction, it's also pretty interesting. Look at that. Aristocrats investing in tobacco plantations in Jubu. That means, yeah, well, they actually struggle already with their power, and they just want to increase that by building more plantations, right? Thus increasing their influence again. Ersatz food. Struggling people in Kanto have been desperately trying to get their hands on any food they can. Dire warnings of a turnip winter have been spreading. What? We have enough food, as far as I know. The grain is plenty of, for sure. Fish is plenty for sure. We do have lots of it. Normal groceries are a bit low there, and the price is high. Alright. Alright, we could do something here. Mortality is increased by 2%. This is bad. Try to increase the local food production. Changes the progress of the civil war by 10%, and the Kanto gets farming incentives. This is actually really good. Of course I'm doing this. And by the way, for Kanto, there it is. We do have the food industry here already. Let's go ahead and increase that by another 2 levels. We want to get the food prices down. What else do we have here? Sugar we don't have really. Pot stills by using more sugar. We can actually get more. Yeah, no, that's not good. This is actually pretty good. The sweeteners, with that we increase the sugar price a bit, but we also get more groceries out. And with that actually also increase our balance, and it should reduce the prices for groceries then a bit. Yeah, it does. Perfect. It's still too high. So this is where we're using then the food industry production as well. Arms industry, there it is. The first one has been built. This is the beginning of a new era. Now we're producing small arms, and with that we can continue with the recruitment of soldiers in Kansai as well. So this should now speed up, right? And there you can see it. Arms is coming in, and with that this increases now the training rate significantly. Alright, once again the revolution have carried out a robbery in the state bank in Ryukyu. A significant amount of money has been stolen and redirected into the revolutionary... Oh, okay, this is not okay. For 2 years we lose 2,500. Okay, rely upon the locals to report. This is not good either. Okay, order increased security around banks. That's the only thing we can really do. We still lose some 2,500 on the balance for the next 2 years. Alright, we have a problem also right now with an unacceptable government. This is then increasing the radicals from standard of living. We can reform it to a legitimacy of 91 if we replace the samurai by the Buddhist monks. Since the Buddhist monk cloud is pretty strong right now. And I think the Buddhist monks are not so bad for us. They're pious, patriarchal, and Buddhist moralists. What laws could we go with them? A theocracy, charity hospitals, alright. Public health insurance, state religion. Nothing really that would really boost us except for perhaps the health system. Still, that would be a nice go for here. To increase that to a righteous government once more. And I think we're going with that for now. So we reform the government and throw out the samurai. And with the Buddhist monks, we actually get also some 20% authority because they're happy now. So that's also something we should be careful, of course, about. That the political groups, once they like us, we do actually get traits from them, right? That give me bonuses. And this is something we should also look into more carefully. So with the Buddhist monks, we're now happy with them. This gives me the divine right, which is 20% authority boost. If we go further up, we could also then go into negative 100% radicals from standard of living decreases. Doesn't sound so bad as well, right? Alright, a minor member of the Japanese nobility has been assassinated by a revolutionary force at his estate in Kanto. The surviving members of this family are demanding reprisals. Okay, this one actually progresses. Oh! Royal assassination, negative 20% shogunate political strength for the next 2 years. That's not bad. Either way, the shogunate is losing here. I think we can actually go with, we must not allow this terror to divert us. 10% chance for the revolution, that's okay. And the shogunate loses a lot of power. I'm going with that. Oh, that was also quick. We now have a dedicated police force. That's perfect. We have now the law enforcement institution and 2 max law enforcement institution investments as well. This is great stuff. First of all, we have now room again to go for something new here, right? So perhaps the homestead is possible. Oh, it's close. This is something great that we can use here. And institution-wise, we have now the law enforcement here. And this is another huge bump for the shogunate here. That is now going below 30 here on the cloud. Further getting them down. Perfect. Problem with the revolution, I still cannot... I mean, poor laws. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this and try it. The shogunate will oppose this further and will radicalize them, but they're not that strong anymore. Let's start the enactment process of poor laws. This should get rid of the revolution. It, however, will start the the shogunate revolution. However, their total supporting movement is only at 88,000 and they have no military to back it up. It's the aristocrats and the clergy that is actually fighting here. We'll see where it goes. This is some interesting dynamics here now. Ienari Tokugawa mistook an enemy in the industrialists. After accusing them with false charges, moderates and industrialists defected to the shogunate's cause. Ooh, that wasn't very smart of you. He should stand down. The progress of the revolution will go down, and he will also perfect. Also, the shogunate lose interest group pop attraction and popularity. This will further harm his cause there quite significantly. Another cool thing, a surprise police raid has uncovered a list of radicals associated with the shogunate. There are several ways this list can be used to the government's advantage, and hunt down every member of that list will reduce the civil war by 10%. However, publicly expose the connections between the shogunate and the radicals will give them another 25% interest group political strength reduction. Holy cow. They're completely collapsing right now. And it's really only 36,000 of the population, right? And there it is. Poor laws has successfully progressed to the adoption of the law enforcement. So we are now in the adoption phase with a 63% chance. So this will most likely get enacted pretty soon. So we are really witnessing a historical moment here, by the way. This might be looking, or this might actually lead to the downfall of the shogunate now. And of the old caste system, and it might actually lead to the progressive Japan. We could also go down here, right? We could also lose a civil war and really get into trouble. We'll just see where this leads. For now, we also have an illegitimate government. The problem is the shogunate are no longer in the government now. However, our leader is of the shogunate, right? So the leader right now, the shogun, he's actually the shogunate, but they're out of the government as long as they're in the revolution state. And that's a problem, because now we don't have any legitimacy of the government. And the longer this also holds on, the worse for us. So not a very good state right now we are in. How's my army looking in the meantime? 21 battalions ready for action. And yeah, they're also of the petite bourgeoisie and of the Heimin. Do we have anyone new? No, only shoguns. And yeah, that's the only thing we can do right now. They should and actually stick with us, hopefully. In Nagoya, the revolution has its headquarters. So that's right beside my capital state, which has the army. So if they go to war with us, they really shouldn't stand a chance there, right? Alright. Also, I think grocery prices are looking better than ever. We are producing more grocery than ever. Could be more though still, right? Food industry, there it is. Yeah, prices are down now. I think we can still upgrade this by 1. And by the way, just in general, we do need a bit more building in the queue again. So a bit more wood, we definitely should be going for. Let's increase my sawmill production there. Every tenancy of the shogunate in Kansai has rental prices beyond reasonable limits. Their tenants direct their ire at the government for not protecting them. Seize the ringleaders. Oh, they ought to be charged. And progress actually goes down, and the aristocrat pops become more radical. Doesn't sound so bad. This would actually give the revolution another 10%, but it would also further reduce their group strength. Difficult. Standard of living for the lower strata in Kansai. That is a huge population there, by the way. And change progress for the civil war by 5%, or we just get 10%, but the shogunate loses more strength. Yeah, difficult. Seize the ringleaders. Let's do it. With that, we are really going for civil war now. There is no turning back here. Quite honestly, I don't know if we survive this. I don't know how strong they really are. Can't see that. They're very small when it comes to population numbers, right? It all depends how many of the military will join them. Shouldn't be anyone really, because we built the military up from the ground. There's no one from the shogunate in here, and the military is getting stronger and stronger. So really, it should be in our favor. Alright, belligerent crowds have been getting increasingly provocative when confronted by troops in Tohoku. Hardliners in government are demanding tougher responses, while doves are calling for troops to stand down as the first hopeful step in de-escalation. Oh, and we have the poor laws. There it was, getting the tramps and hobos off our streets and into the workhouses is well worth the cost. This costs me a bit, it increases my welfare payments, but also it is leading to more... Oh, what is now? Oh, now we get the next revolution. The first revolution is over though now, right? So that was fantastic. We could get the shogunate now back in power again. 26% chance. As long as we have that leader here, we probably should go for it. Yeah, and with that, we would get the legitimacy back again. So I'm doing this, right? For the moment, we need the legitimate government back in place here if we want to keep it stable. There it is. And now we're still working on the laws here to further reduce their power, right? So the law enforcement was one of the steps here, and I think the homesteading now is another one that we can do. And now it's also positive, right? So now this probably will work out as well. This gives a political strength to the farmers. It would radicalize the samurai and the shogunate further, but holy cow, intelligentsia will love it. We get 2 bonuses from them right away. We also get Haimin 20 for the Haimin. And so this gives me a lot of bonuses right away from the political groups as well. So let's just check this out quickly. Intelligentsia. We do get 10% society research speed. And we do also get the 25% migration attraction. And for the Haimin, we do get, yeah, agricultural throughput and also infrastructure 10% increase. Really good stuff there, right? Plus we get the law. Plus we abolish serfdom, which will reduce the political strength of the shogunate by 50%. So if this gets enacted, they're really done for. I don't think they could survive it. This will probably lead to another civil war situation again though, right? So it's very difficult to decide. I think we just should go for it. Oh god, Japan is so interesting. I love it. Really, it's so much more interesting, I think, than, for example, the US playthrough. Because there's so many society things going on right now. Social problems and conflicts. And we also have to build food industry, logging camps. We're not looking good on the money side right now. Some prices look horrible. Wood, for example. Groceries. And fabric is also now increasing. Of course, the military wages are now coming. Welfare payments is only 460, so that is negligible for now. I mean, yeah, let's go ahead, enact it. Homesteading. This will lead to a whole new bunch of problems now. Preserve serfdom. The counter movement has been started right away. However, we get all the bonuses of the Haimin and the intelligentsia. So migration attraction we have, society research we have. Also, we get the manufacturing tax income from the industrialists. And we get the 10% infrastructure and agricultural throughput right away. This is a nice boost to the economy on top of everything. And of course, it once again starts with the shogunate being radicalized and out of the government once more. Oh, how long can they survive this, honestly? We need a new leader, that's for sure as well. Yeah. Interesting stuff, really. I love this. Going to be interesting where it goes to. We could reform the government. It will not give me a legitimate government though. We need to survive the civil war. It needs to start at some point. There's no way around it, right? Homesteading has a 96% chance of success in the introduction phase. So this will definitely lead to a a positive outcome there. Food industry, meantime, in Edo is being finished soon. Let's go ahead and have some 3 more levels. We need more food for sure. The logging camps are important. Any other prices we have high? Luxury is fine. Porcelain is fine. Food is now perfectly average again. Very good. The price is going down. The same goes with the wood. This also has now the honorable restoration event in place. The shogunate has ruled over an isolated and stagnant Japan for centuries. If we wish to have a place in the rapidly modernizing world, we must restore power to the rightful emperor. And this one is the downfall of the shogunate. We are already pretty far ahead here, right? So we need to defeat them at least in a revolution, or we must have the following for true for 10 years. They're not powerful and not part of the government. Yeah, in that case, we are on the track for this. This would then lead to the Ienari restoration, which is something we definitely will need to get if we want to modernize Japan. The reactionary leanings of many clergymen affiliated with the Buddhist monks have given rise to demands to curb the political influence of religious organizations. Both bolt the temples shut and arrest clergy who resist. Buddhist monks become a rebel. Why? Why do the Buddhist monks join? They're not part of the revolution. Change of progress, political movement. Bolt the temples, I think. I mean, I don't know why I would go any other way. Not that we have a lot of radicals right now anyway. Alright, cause the Heimin and the samurai are talking for minor but favoring concessions regarding the homesteading. Supporters of Kodama are calling for a resolution. Let them bicker, or throw one a bone if it will silence them. But this is a random chance. Let them bicker, we get interest group approval. And 15% group attraction for the petite bourgeoisie. Which is fine for me. Yeah, let them bicker. And with that we get also the 100% chance here that this goes into the consideration phase. This is such an important law. We need to finish this pretty quickly though. Alright, mobs have surrounded an arsenal in Kansai, threatening to seize the arms and munitions stored within. While the guards are staving off attacks for now, if no relief is sent, then the arsenal will fall to the insurrectionists. The mob could be emboldened by surrender, but we need to take that risk. Or a relief column could escalate tension a little, but it's necessary. And yeah. We only have 100,000 servicemen pops in Kansai though. And only 5% of them would become more radical. Honestly, at this point it would be fine if they actually go to military conflict with us. There are not that many, right? 500,000 now. Shogunate and the samurai. Their total population is negligible, really. And the military strength, they have no one in the military, right? So some clergymen, the aristocratic here, farmers, some shopkeepers, strangely enough. And some officers, but really a tiny fraction of what we have. And my Japanese army is fully employed now, so that's 27 battalions. And we're going to increase this now by another 3, I think. Alright, we have passed and are now in consideration phase. By the way, all of this is happening while my GDP still goes up quite steeply. I like this. The economy is not really suffering that much yet. Right, even though we can see some revolutionary appearances throughout the country right now. And yeah, we continue onwards in the next episode with either the downfall of the shoguns or the downfall of myself. Stay tuned.